everyone, it's Vicki from Paperinkle.com, back to share with you another craft today. Today I'm going to show you how you can make this adorable little basket with a set of gift tags out of the Petite Purse Big Shot die. So I used the Petite Purse Big Shot die and the Argyle embossing and just cut it down so that instead of making the adorable little petite purses, you can also get a little box and make a little box from that die. So that's what I'm going to show you how to make today. So first, with the Big Shot, I am going to use the Big's L Petite Purse die, and I'm going to need 2 cutting pads. I'll put 1 cutting pad on the bottom, my die, and then I'm using a piece of soft suede cardstock, and I've simply taken an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and cut it in half. I'm going to top it with another cutting pad, and I'm simply going to roll it through my Big Shot. And what I'm going to get is the Petite Purse cutout. Now if I were to fold this just along the score lines and keep it just as it is, I could make a cute little purse. Simply folds up like this, and the top clasps down, and then you have this piece here as a little handle. Cute! But today we're going to make the basket. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut out, I'm going to score the basket. So I'm going to score the basket at 1 inch, and I've marked the 1 inch here with my toothpick. And I'm going to use the small side of my score. And what I'm going to start with is I'm going to start with, this is the bottom of the purse or soon to be basket. I'm going to place this edge right up next to, as snug as I can get it, next to the vertical edge here. And I'm just going to score down 1 inch, almost to, but not going into that larger tab. So I'm going across the small tab, 1 inch, right along the tab there. Then I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing. I'm going to put this edge here. I'm going to get it as snug as I can, so I'm just going to turn it around. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to score on 1 inch right here, all the way up to that big tab. Then I'm going to take my paper snips and I'm going to cut away from the small tab part towards the big tab, right along my score line. That's my 1 inch score line, and I'm just snipping it off right there. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. From my small tab side, I'm going to cut right to the other tab and snip it off. So this is what it looks like when you cut off those pieces. Next, I'm going to go back to the Big Shot, and with my pad, my Big Shot pad, on tab 1, I'm going to take this piece that I just cut out, going to fold in those big tabs so that it fits nicely, and I'm going to put the whole thing inside my Argyle folder. Then I'm going to sandwich that in between 2 cutting pads on top of my tab 1, and I'm going to crank it back through. here's what I get. So now it's time for me to make the box. I'm going to unfold the pieces so that it all has the Argyle print on it, which I think makes a nice texture for the box. And then I'm simply going to fold the tabs over. I'm going to take the small tabs and I'm just going to put a little bit of snail on each of the small tabs. You could also use a sticky strip if you'd rather. And I'm just going to line up the tab here, nice and even on each side. So now my box looks like this, which incidentally makes a really cute little toolbox. If you wanted to do a toolbox, you could put a little strip of paper, a tiny dowel across here, and that would be an adorable little toolbox. But since I'm going to make this little gift card box, I'm going to fold these edges down. So just again, a little bit of snail, and I'm just going to fold the top piece down, stick that back in, and do the same thing over here. A little bit of snail, and fold my corner back down. So now I have a cute little basket. And then of course, I need the note cards. So to make the note cards, I'm going to use the Established Elegance set, and I'm going to use these two stamps here. I picked out the Comfort Cafe designer paper because I thought it looks nice with the Established Elegance set, as well as the soft suede that I chose for my basket. Next, I'm going to use Midnight Muse and soft suede. I've cut these pieces out already. So this piece here is 2 1/4 by 4, and I folded it over. Then I made a 2 1/4 by 2 piece of DSP, which I'm going to put a little snail on. And again, this is that Comfort Cafe. Put a little snail on that. Line that right up on top of my folded gift card. Little gift tag. And then this is this one is 1 3/4 by 2, so that it fits nicely right on side the gift tag. And what I'm going to do is simply take some soft suede and stamp my design on there. And then I'm going to use Midnight Muse for the other stamp, but I don't want it to show up really dark, which Midnight Muse is a nice rich color. I want it just a little bit lighter for more of that distressed kind of look. So I'm going to stamp it off once first and then stamp it on, just to get a little bit of a lighter color there. And if I wanted, because I have a little spot down here, I could just add on a little more. Add a little bit of interest there. Then I'm going to just put a little bit more snail on, add it onto my gift card. Punch a hole in the corner. And I'm going to tie around the corner a little piece of the linen thread. So to do that, I'm just going to take a piece, and let's see, this is about 7 inches long. I'm going to fold it in half. Going to tie a knot at the very bottom. Pull that tight. Twirl this. Thread it through from the back side. Open my loop and pull it through. And I have a little gift card, a little gift tag. Now this looks cute here, and you can see that I added a brad on this one. To spice this one up a little bit, what I'm going to do is I simply took one of the vintage buttons, and I love these because of the depth. And if you'll see on one of the vintage buttons, the way it's cut sort of faceted, there's a spot that's cut out from the button, so it's indented. And one of our little half pearls fits perfectly in those indentations. So what I'm going to do is take this half pearl that I've attached to the vintage button. I'm going to take a glue dot and I'm going to put it right on the front of this basket just to add a little bit of bling. And so here you have it, a very versatile way to use your petite purse die. So thank you for joining me today. Please come visit me at paperinkle.com, where I love to surprise and delight my customers, and I certainly hope that you'll be next. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.